Quick things had a few tricks up his sleeve right to the end, huh? With Roundrocks, we saw the Codex grant its knowledge to a child with a pure, innocent belief in its ideals. Seeing quick things do the same would seem that crazed obsession is a suitable substitute. Not that avails him much in the end. I feel the presence of a horn beneath us. Each and the core have become as one, forming an instrument of unbridled destruction. If we do not stop the core now, it will soon grow beyond the ability of anyone to contain. Little wonder our foe was loath to reach out to it with his own hand. I truly remember nothing. It was as if I was floating in a vast dark emptiness. And yet, I was not afraid. For it was as if a great presence, surrounding me in every direction, was watching over me, its eyes gentle. Roundrocks is so happy that media is safe. Roundrocks has so many treasures to show me the back at shortstop. Poor Mede, eh? The last truly believed that her beloved was alive somewhere inside that steel beast. Can't imagine how she's feeling now. The chief says the advanced calculating device inside the Colossus, Alexander's brain if you will, is still running on auxiliary power. See that device glowing red over there? There once just like it installed all over the place. In that sense, I suppose it's like the entire Colossus is one giant brain. If Alexander put its full mind to something, why I bet it could conceive of things beyond our mortal comprehension. Meow. No surprises there, I guess, and there's great things. It would seem our work here is done. Let us take our leave. Damn it all. Did we kill the bastard? Negative. Quick Things better built own body. Made stronger than ordinary gobby. Quick Things is not unmade by simple flesh wound. Better built? Seven Hells, that's not a mask, it's his face. He's more machine than goblin. Alexander, Lord of Steel and Whirlycocks, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment. Codex response. He means to return to the past. Access denied? What means this? This would go. Alexander's refusing to obey his commands? Alexander, junk brain machine, Quick Things is chosen one. Tongue flaps of Quick Things must be obeyed. It would seem Alexander has achieved what a simple flesh wound could not. Quick Things is permanent Deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would save a machine at a mind of its own. Diane? My love, could it truly be you? You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me. Keeping me safe? Twice for yes. Did it just blink twice? Bugger me, the machine actually is talking to her. So his soul really was the primal all this time? Chief, is it even possible? The core, without the codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks in ether like no primal I've ever known. We must stop it now, lest Eorzea's blood dry. Finally, I see. This is why you summoned me to this place? Isn't it, my love? I thank you for guiding me, Serenia. And Roundrocks? Know that I shall always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Media, no! Media must not go! My friends, leave this place. Leave now. Fear not. Alexander will trouble you no longer. My love, what is this place? How best to put it? We stand inside a mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. And what of our companions? Are they... Their fate was not mine to change me them. All that came to pass did so for a reason. History is as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spelled its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal construct of time, Alexander looked upon the past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees, and feel what it feels. This perfect machine, born from yearning for an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we've seen. A world in which the Illuminati rule history with an iron fist, every nation brought under their yoke. A world in which Alexander spread wide the wings of time and swept the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Alexander dreamed all the realities imaginable, all the realities mathematically computable, and in the end reached a single logical conclusion. It would change nothing and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space and reshape history for the better. But such power comes at great cost. The sheer quantity of ether consumed in the process means that Alexander itself would, mayhap not immediately, but inevitably, bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, this supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing, to leave history untouched and the future in the hands of man, with all his imperfections. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. A time will come when the fate of his world is placed in the hands of one warrior. For reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus' ability to calculate. And yet, Alexander chose to believe in that woman and the light within her. I met that woman, my love. I believe in her too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred into action. Not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of a Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequences for our reality. Its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures separated by nary a thread. Were wings of time to fall into the hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of ether. And in the end, the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of time as it had already been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do its bidding. A clockwork girl, an eternal child, to gently nudge history back onto its proper path. So that cat is a robot. And now but one task remains. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It will only regrow itself until it bled the world dry. And so we must heed Alexander's wish and seal it away, far from the reach of man. A closed pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instant, that will repeat in perpetuity for all eternity. That is where the core must go, and us with it. Don't you see, my love? We are already there. In coming here to you, I have closed the circle of time. I am all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said that it had the power to grant any wish. And so, as I took it in hand, I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. To be with you forever. Look at this, Serenia. As if everything inside the barrier is frozen in time. I have to ask the chief what he makes of this. Roundrox is back in Idleshire with the chief. Everyone's safe and sound, except for me, that is. Pula's always the flair for the dramatic, but to think she'd throw herself into the core. It's odd though, I could have sworn I heard her voice in there, saying the Colossus would trouble us no more, or something of the sort, and for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby ever since we got out. And that's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier. It's like time is standing still. Buggered if I know what it all means, but I'd like to believe Mida and her love somehow sealed away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know? And if you actually look down to Alexander, easiest to see with the water. See how the water flows here? But in there it's completely still. I'm not sure how we managed it, but I'm just happy to be out of that godforsaken place in one piece. 'Cause it's a damn shame what happened to me there. Hold on a moment, Serenia. She's what? Aye, Chief, leave it to us. Bloody hell, Serenia, Roundrock's gone missing. I've been worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? Can't wait till she's run off somewhere. The two of them used to frequent together. Imagine I will have a look around here. Why don't you search her collector's quarter? Come on, let's find her before she gets herself into any more trouble. Oh, it's Uplander. Why does Uplander come to this place? Roundrox is sorry for worrying Uplanders. Roundrox just wants to go to a quiet place and do some back thinking. Running out of giant of whirly cocks, Roundrox feels something rattling in pocket. So Roundrox reaches in and cannot believe what she finds. Rattling thing is glowstone. Roundrox's favorite treasure. But it's dark. Even with many tryings, glowstone does not glow for Roundrox. Not anymore. There you are, child. We were worried sick about you. What's that, Serenia? Is aught amiss? She's a codex fragment. The codex no longer responds to a touch. Intriguing, if not entirely surprising. Were I to guess, I would hazard that it's because this experience has served to open her eyes. The Enigma Codex was born from one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection. Its knowledge sealed off from any who harbored even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espouses. Quick things, Mida in her youth, Roundrox, who by reason might differ, arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence, none thought to question the words within, and so the Codex opened itself to them. But now Roundrox has seen with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. And she is not the naive child she was before. Aye, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing, hammering it together by your own hand, with your own blood, sweat and tears. In so doing, you are forced to confront your own failings and deal with your frustration at the world's unfortunate habit of falling below expectations. Else, there may come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again. But more often than not, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to and carry with you into the future. And that will do a damn sight more for you than any starry-eyed ideal. Roundrox understands. Roundhouse will collect more and more junk, build city of great treasures with own hands. Roundrocks has just one wish. Not glowing glowstone is piece of Mide's dream. Roundrocks would give back to Mide. A noble wish, child. Would that we could grant it, but I fear the steel giant, and all that lies within that barrier, is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen a single moment until the end of time. That's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Meow. Well, look who it is. You have a real knack for turning up underfoot, don't you? I'm reminded of that apparent ease with which his little claws seemed to slip in and out of a colossus. Were it not for the small matter of time having stopped in there, I'd send her in with Roundrox's glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Mew mew. 2 mews? Might that suggest a willingness to try? Mew mew. Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to 2 souls trapped in time. Now I think I've seen everything. Do you think those 2 will ever be free of that place? Maybe one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say that their fate is in our hands. Leave to Roundrocks. Roundrock works hard, builds sparkly shining future for media. As shall we, child, and with that, Serenia, we must take our leave. For all you've done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know that they can call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Roundrocks is safe. There was also the matter they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at the shortstop. If you will be returning to a shortstop, I would ask a small favor of you as well. Pray, deliver this volume to Beckwicks and tell him I believe it is that which he seeks. Till next we meet, Serenia. Roundrocks is sorry for making troubles. Roundrocks will be good, Gobby. Play here with Bitty Bobs. Here we are then, at the end of yet another harrowing journey, and still with all our important bits to boot. Wait, my favorite wrench? Oh dear, I hope it isn't lost in time and space somewhere. Thank goodness Roundrocks is safe. With all the Illuminati stragglers running about, I feared the worst. The girl could at least have a courtesy to tell someone before she goes wandering off like that. Now Roundrocks is safe at shortstop and Beckwicks is easy breathing. Uplanders have fangs of Beckwicks. Uplanders bring present for Beckwicks? Judging from the wear and tear of a parchment, this elegantly penned document entrusted to you by a Stoller appears to be quite ancient. We hand it to him in the rain. This is Charlian legend book from Stoller. Beckwicks has waited for a legend book for some time. Beckwicks has been reading many things about Enigma Codex and Blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Maybe these knowings will save Gobbyflock from Giant of Whirlycocks, thinks Beckwicks. Now Giant of Whirlycocks sleeps and Gobbyflock is safe. But still, Beckwicks would fill brain case with knowings, fill pages of Watcher book with data. Let Beckwith see. Yes, yes, it's just as Beckwith. Shh. Are Beckwith's eyes playing tricks on him? Oh, are you feeling alright there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Page tells fairy legend of Hotgo tribe are planets of blue hair. Many, many years ago, in old times, two children, boy and girl, outstepped from belly of great steel giant. Two children grow to man and woman, becoming father and mother of great people of Hotgo. Name of the two are Diane and Media. Look at hand drawing. Even faces are same looking. Ye gods, if it's our Media and Diane, why, that means that one day we'll be freed from their fate and be born far, far in the past. So, after searching for near an eternity, they finally found the perfect world they were searching for. It may just be a fairy tale, but I, for one, would like to believe it. And fairy legend goes on. Two children step out of steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but hold stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of round rocks. Let me see if I have this straight. The codex fragment you gave to that girl a few moments ago now features in a legend from ages past? That can't be possible, can it? There's a kitten. At this point, I'm about ready to believe bleeding anything. But that reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you, Serendia. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our asses fried by that colossus inside the colossus? Well, I felt a strange sensation then. A feeling that chilled me to the bone. As if something terrible had happened that I couldn't for the life of me remember. I felt it too, so tell us. Did you see anything there going in and out of time? Do you have any idea what happened to us while Quickthings was spinning the hands of a clock? I'm afraid I do. You're afraid you do? Well, that's not ominous in the least. On second thought, how about you don't tell us? Thank you very much. You get no argument from me. There's some secrets better left secret, and from the look on Serenia's face, I reckon this is one of them. Anyway, it would seem this long and thoroughly mind-boggling battle of ours is finally coming to an end. Of course, there's still plenty of work to be done, but now that Quickthings is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Roundworks and their friends will one day build their shining kingdom of rubbish and refuse. Speaking of work, we'd better get back to it before the chief catches us chatting. Always a pleasure, Serenia. Till next time. You've completed the quest Alexander, exiting New Game Plus mode. Now, as all further 8-man raids, Alexander has a savage raid to unlock, but that won't be today, so until next time when we do, well, something else, I guess. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.